it takes people to hate it at the same time to make any sort of change to what they're doing.
Of course you want to have a good reception, but you don't make a movie by committee.
Last take was really good. We had that little moment, didn't we? Seen other actors who stand and somebody shouts action and they're just going, I don't know what to do. I've never particularly been asked to do transformations, but you know, you just get it in your head and you just go, I need to. I'm very myopic in what I choose. I don't have any strategy, I don't have any plans. And then a horrible moment when you see a director going, God, you know, looking at you like, oh, Jesus Christ.
He's an English actor known for going to great lengths to portray characters in his films. He first caught the attention of the public eye when he was 13 and he was cast in the starring role of Empire of the Sun. He went on to receive greater recognition and commercial success with his role as Bruce Wayne / Batman. He's Christian Bale, and here's my take on his top 10 rules for success.
Is there a reason that you get out of bed to go act every when you do?
Because when it's good, it's really good, and when it's not, I fucking hate it, you know. But when it's good, it's a love-hate thing, and it's a love-hate thing for me because of coming from a place where it was actually a responsibility at a young age. Because you know, for my family, it was just such an unfathomable amount of sudden cash that you could get for doing it that I went, yeah, well, even though I don't really feel like doing it, I can't really live with myself for not, because it helps my family so much, you know. And so I felt a responsibility to do that. So I come at it from a slightly different point of view. You know, it wasn't something that I said, I went through school going, oh, you know what, I'd like to become an actor. Oh, yeah, I love films. Oh, that's what I'm going to try to do. It was something that happened at an early age, and then I went, I can't get out of this because it's really helpful to my family, you know, and so, yeah, no, I must do it. So that's why I've got this like love-hate thing with it. But I actually think the love-hate is quite a healthy thing to have. If all you do is love film, if all you do is love acting, you're just going to imitate what you love, right? It takes people to hate it at the same time to make any sort of change to what they're doing, you know? And to me, that's when, you know, it becomes interesting.
Bale's now been on our screen since he was a little boy, since Spielberg's Empire of the Sun.
Yeah, I loved the experience of doing it, even though it was kind of strange. You know, I was 12 years old and I was off in these countries by myself, and then, you know, which I sort of loved. But then you get all the press you had to do afterwards, and that kind of did my head in a little bit and made me go, yeah, forget it, this ain't for me.
Then and still now?
Always, yeah. No, but that's all right. The reason I love being an actor is because I'm not playing myself. It's the only thing I know how to do as well. There is that too. I left school really early and I never paid attention anyway. So.
This isn't a career of last resort.
There was no, it's the only choice. There is nothing else. I'm not good at anything else.
When it comes to pleasing people, listen, of course you want to have a good reception, but you don't make a movie by committee. And so I have to make a movie that I would want to see, and I have to create a character that I am interested in, and that's it. I put my head down and I focus on that, and I don't really pay attention to what people may be requesting, because I believe that if we have enough conviction in what we're doing, then people will believe it as well.
My belief is that technique should change for every single film that you make. That you can have, you can get into ruts that can be bad ruts where nothing's working, but equally when everything's working, that's a rut as well. And you have to get out of it. You have to just abandon it, because it starts to become phony. If you're going, well, this worked for us before, and it can be from film to film, or it can be from take to take. Last take was really good. We had that little moment, didn't we? You said that, and I went, and you went, and then it was great, and everyone went, ah, so let's do that again. It'll never be the same. So you actually have to try to make sure, no, ignore that, blow it apart, and do something totally different. You know, hopefully they got that on camera. That's a choice they have now. Do something completely different. And a similar thing with going from one film to the next. If you're working with the same director, don't fall back on your old tricks from that old film. That was a different film. Different tricks were needed, you know? Go for new tricks, don't be a one-trick pony.
You do very strong characters in pretty much everything. You have very strong decisions. Do you make those decisions before you start and then kind of come to the set with what you're going to do and then adjust in small ways, or you?
Well, the way I always approach it is this, that I like to have my own ideas completely worked out, so that if a director, I come to find his working method is that he doesn't want to talk to me, that I'm not at a loss. There's nothing worse. I've seen other actors who stand and somebody shouts action and they're just going, I don't know what to do. They need somebody to come and tell them what to do. I never look at a director as somebody who tells me what to do. I look at it as someone who we work together in something, and therefore I need to be responsible too. So I have to bring something to the table and say, I will do it this way. If you never say it, if you keep silent, this is how I'll do it. And I'll give a few different versions, but it wouldn't matter if they said nothing. I've never particularly been asked to do transformations, but you just get it in your head, and you just go, I need to. That's what I need to do. I don't know how to play that part without looking that way. I always talk with the director about it. It's just that they don't necessarily understand quite to what lengths I might be talking about. There's no point in doing something if you're not going to do it absolutely, and do it to the hilt. And so, yeah, there did come a point when I suddenly started to get more satisfaction out of it and realizing there was something that, even though I can't quite bring myself to say something of worth to it, that I can say something worth me doing it for. And if I'm going to do it, if I'm going to take the time to do it, then I want to do it in as much of an immersive way as possible. Because, you just come to learn in life that the things that you really get a kick out of are the things that you just can't deny. They're the things that when you're doing them, you can think of nothing else but what you're doing, I fucked up my whole arm and wrist. I got all metal plates here and screws all up and down my arm through riding motorcycles, not on the streets, but on racetracks. And that was something which I realized was very much, when acting is good, why I like it. Because when you're riding a motorcycle to the hilt, knowing the danger involved, you have to be absolutely focused on what you're doing. You can't allow anything else in, and there is such a thrill to doing that. That's why it's so hypnotic and just mesmerizing, and I just love it. And I realized that the best times I feel a similar thing with acting, and it doesn't happen that often because it's a team thing. On a motorcycle it's just you and it going. This is a team thing, and you require the environment to be created in which you can do that. But when that does happen, that's what I love about it. It was in talking with Adam and hearing just, man, this guy was so obsessed with this subject. And I want to work with people who are obsessed with what they're doing. I don't want to work with anyone who's just sort of phoning it in and, yeah, it's all right, I could do it or do something else. I want someone who's going, I've got to do this film, So that's very attractive. You wanted me. How'd you run? Here I am. I'm very myopic in what I choose. I don't have any strategy, I don't have any plans, I don't have any particular kind of film that I can articulate that I like. I just look at, each day very up close, what's in front of me. Do I like it? Does it stick with me? Could I work on it for a few months? That's it. The slightest amount of control that I have is what happens on the actual set. You sometimes get really great scenes that are cut. That happens, So what do? You say to yourself, all right, well, let's get the satisfaction out of actually making it, That's the only way. It's the only way to get any satisfaction from it. And the rest of it is all gravy.
But it must always be a great moment when you see the light in the director's eyes, seeing something they didn't expect when you're on that set.
Oh, that's great. Oh, of course, yeah. When they go, oh, yeah, I didn't notice that. And then a horrible moment when you see a director going, God, looking at you like, oh, Jesus Christ. Or actually saying that, Jesus Christ, what was that, Or walking past you and just going, as they what, and you go, what the fuck was that? Like, what? You're not even going to explain why you're swearing at me, or whatever. But that's what I enjoy. I enjoy that. I enjoy all the different relationships that you have.
It sounds like it's about as good as it can get right now. It sounds like finding interesting things and doing the work the way you need to do it, and
Yeah, but you know, pride comes before a fall, doesn't it? You know, I mean, you never know. You know, I mean, that's what I do enjoy. You just really never know, and so often, the films that people think you should do and are the right moves and seem to be great, it's too good to be true for a reason, and you end up going, yeah, it's okay. That's it, you know. And so often, what I've found in my own career, if you want to call it that, is it's the films where people go, there's a big chance that this is going to go south, and I tend to go, that's the one I want to do then. And they tend to be the ones that either really f***ing go south, or wow, that really surprised everybody and came out with something, you know, very different. So yeah, no, you can never be too sure at all, you know. And I think that would be, you know, being too sure is complacency, isn't it? And you're going to die. You're going to die quickly from complacency.
Thank you so much for watching. I made this video because Dill ZGFX asked me to. So if there's a famous entrepreneur you want me to profile next, leave in the comments below and I'll see what I can do. I'd also love to know which of Christian Bale's top 10 rules hit you the hardest and why. Leave it in the comments. I will join in the discussion. Thank you so much for watching. Continue to believe, and I'll see you soon.